Hi guys, Lunar here, welcome back to another day of Skyrim mods for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I don't know why, but 75% of the mods today seem to all be really small mods with no description and no images, but fortunately I've tested them out for you guys and we have 4 for PS4 and 6 for Xbox One to look through, so check out the second video if you haven't done so yet. Anywho, let's jump into mod number 1. Our first mod is called Shout's Focus Power, and the mod gives you extra bonuses for your dragon souls that you collect. The more souls you get, the more you will get reduced cost and faster recovery of shouts, and they work as follows. 8 souls reduces recovery and cost by 20%, 12 by 30%, 16 reduces by 40%, 24 by 50%, and 32 by 60%. So after you slay 32 dragons and get their souls, you will be able to use your shouts much more than you could in vanilla Skyrim. Our next mod is called Ronin Combat Animations. The mod replaces the animations of one-handed and two-handed, non-axe and hand-to-hand to suit a more Japanese style of combat, and this affects NPCs as well. Added a craftable katana called Katana of Ronin under the steel category. Although it doesn't require steel, it's faster, but a lot less damaging than a Daedric Greatsword to match up with the two-handed animations better. Also added is an invisible shield under the Daedric, so it looks like your katanas are blocking arrows. No requirements are needed to craft them. So when you have two-handed weapons equipped, you get the one-handed idle stance. When you have a one-handed weapon equipped, you get the two-handed animations and the one-handed idle stance. And for hand-to-hand, you get new animations for idle, you look left and right. So if you're looking for some cool combat animations that are more Japanese, then you could check that mod out. Our next mod is called NPC Edition Dave and adds Cowardly X-Blade NPC named Dave to the Market District in Whiterun. Now he has a bit of a face glitch, it's probably just my game, but I couldn't get rid of it and I don't want to hard reset my game as it always messes up my character. But hopefully you guys don't have the same issue. Anyway, we don't know anything really about him, but what I could find out is he levels up to level 40, most of his stats are put into his health, he's good at one-handed, two-handed, heavy armor, blocking and sneak. He has a decent damage resistance as well, he wears blade armor and he uses a blade sword. In combat, you might think being a coward, he simply run away, but he actually does stay and fight, the only problem being he ain't very good at it. The best thing you can hope for is to use him as a human shield. So overall, the mod still has some issues which they definitely need fixed, so you should probably wait for that before you try this one out for yourself. Our fourth mod is called Fantasy Followers. This mod adds in 6 new types of follower into Skyrim, and they are as follows. You get Zilix the Spriggan, located in Clearpine Pond, and uses a female dark elf voice. She has all the Spriggan spells and abilities plus specialization in frost and poison magic. For perks, she has stealth and lightfoot. Dorian the Dragon, located in Bone Strewn Crest. He has the male drunk voice and he knows all dragon shouts. Werath the Wolf, located in Whiterun, he has the male Argonian voice and he just knows regular wolf attacks. Graup the Giant, located in the Sleeping Tree Giant, he has the male brute voice and he knows just regular giant attacks. Fury the Flame Atronak, found at Felgul Keep, has the female sultry voice, knows the spells of Flame Atronachs and fire magic. Windy the Wisp, who probably has the best name for a wisp, is located in Frostiglow Lighthouse on top of it, and she has the female Young Eager voice, knows wisp magic, frost magic, conjure frost atronach, and healing. So if you're looking for a new follower in the game who is not of human persuasion, then you can check out this mod. Our final mod is called Sanguinair Vampirism, and the mod improves the way you play as a vampire by overhauling vampire and vampire lords in-game. The mod does this by adding tons of new features, spells, perks to vampire and vampire lords. Also, stage progression, vampire hunters, and vampire leveling system have all been reworked. Vampires have water breathing and are immune to poison and disease. Stage progression has been replaced by a new design system based on blood. You slowly increase your stage and power by feeding on unsuspecting victims or by drinking blood potions. You slowly lose blood over time. The higher your stage, the more blood you will lose. A chart of the different buffs, debuffs, and spells shows you what the different stages are. You have the ability to feed on sleeping and unsuspecting NPCs by sneaking up on them. You can choose to either feast, which will result in them being dead, or you can drain a small amount of blood. Blood potions can also be obtained by cooking and acquiring ingredients in a cooking pot or extracting blood from fallen foes. Filters of blood can also be found on fellow vampires. Blood potions can only be cooked or extracted with the required perk. and there are 3 tiers of blood potion: Potion of Blood, Filter of Blood, and Elixir of Blood. These potions will heal the vampire and increases stage progression. The amount healed and blood gain depends on the potion tier. Potion of Blood can be obtained by extracting blood from Falmer, or by cooking 3 Falmer ears in a salt pile. The Filter can be extracted from fallen humans, or cooked using human flesh and salt pile, and the Elixir can be extracted by fallen giants, or you can cook a giant's toe with a salt pile in the cooking pot. Vampire Hunters have been revamped as well. Vampire Hunters will start tracking you when you feed, or use any of your vampire abilities. They're specialized in killing vampires and extremely dangerous, so always be prepared. They operate in groups of 3, 4, or 5, sometimes one of their leaders joins their ranks, and again for ease I've shown you all these in this chart. Vampire Lords now have the ability to fast travel, loot items, and use doors, and you can also loot corpses as well. They can also change their right hand spell to one of the following 4 spells: Vampiric Drain, Vampiric Ball, Vampire Rune, or Blood Plague. Finally, there are over 20 new perks, and there is a reworked XP system for vampires. There are several ways to earn XP for vampire perk points. You can experience from feeding, combat biting in Vampire Lord form, or using vampire spells to kill enemies. After you obtain a perk point, the amount of XP you need for the next perk will increase. There's also a cheat spell that adds vampire perk points. It can be found in the options menu for you now. So overall, a very useful and awesome mod that completely overhauls the vampire system in game, and so if you plan to play as a vampire, this one is definitely worth trying out for yourself. Well guys, that's about it for this mod video. If you found it useful, a like and comment is appreciated, and subscribe for more similar Skyrim videos. But with that being said, Dragonborn, stay awesome, and I will see you all next time.